Hey, what's up guys? Mendel here. How are you all doing? Are you guys still holding up? Like for me, the walls are coming at me now. But that's been after a year. I mean, I used to play a lot of video games, so you could say I've been training my whole life for this situation. Anyway, today we're gonna master a metal track by just using Ozone 9 from iZotope. So, let's get right in. Here we go. Alright, so here we are. So it's your first time here. My name is Mendel, composer, mixing, master, engineer, and if you like this video, if it's your first time here, and you think this video is helpful, if it's your first time here and you think this video was helpful to you, no, god damn it. If it's your first time here and this video is helpful to you, or you like this video, please subscribe, because that really helps me out. It took me 12 takes, Jesus. Anyway, so one important thing before mastering, in my opinion. So back when I was starting out with this, like mixing and mastering kind of stuff, I noticed that I put so much processing on the master bus. Like sometimes I wanted to max out Cubase basically. And the better I got at mixing throughout the years, so my ears got better, I think. The better I got at mixing, the less I had to do on mastering my own stuff. Now I know in my previous video there was quite some stuff, and what I did before this video, actually a couple weeks ago, I recalibrated my speakers with Soundworks, like recalibrated room, and I adjusted the mix so now it's more pleasant to my ears. So I think there's not a lot of stuff I have to do during mastering, but still mastering can be that finishing touch. But the thing I'm trying to say is mastering shouldn't be a thing, in my opinion, that you should like change the whole mix or try to change the sonics of a whole mix. Nowadays I see mastering as that final touch. Most of the time I do just a compressor on the master bus and perhaps some EQ or multiband compression, and that's it basically. So a cool thing we can do is master with Ozone, and a lot of these things like equalizers and compressors and that kind of stuff are in the Ozone plugin. But so again, before mastering, you should have a well-balanced mix. That's mandatory in my opinion. If you have a well-balanced mix, there's not a lot you have to do with mastering, and that makes it easier for everybody. So having that said, here we go. So the track we're gonna master today is a song called Visions from my solo album Neoblivion. Like I said, I rebalanced it, so I think it sounds a bit better now. But let's take a listen first, and then we'll dig into mastering and that kind of stuff. All right, cool. I like how it sounds. So let's start up Ozone. So here we have Ozone 9, and we can build our own chain. And there's a ton of stuff you can do with Ozone, but I thought let's keep it simple now for this video, so we don't go crazy overboard with difficult stuff. So most of the time, the first thing I put on my master bus is a compressor, and it can be a multi-band compressor or a regular compressor. Before this video, I checked out some of the like the plugins inside Ozone, and I really like the multi-band compressor. So we're gonna go to dynamics. I'm gonna add a couple of bands. Let's start with the lows first. So with this song, I noticed, I'm gonna put it on loop now, that I wanted to tame like the kick drum and the bass a tiny bit. That sounds good to me. And let's add another band, and I want to do something during the mid-range, like those palm mute guitars and the snare. Also, be careful with soloing stuff, but I said that in almost all my videos. Okay, so now what I like to do, and I did this before the video, but I would like to do it again now, is listen to some references. Now I can't play the references in this video because of copyright reasons, but I like to do like Andy Sneap mixes, Colin Richardson mixes, and Jacob Hansen mixes and that kind of stuff. Those are mixes I grew up with and are like really pleasant to my hearing. If you want to know, like this is a plugin called Metric AB from Plugin Alliance, and these are tracks that I'm really familiar with. So that's that, but now I'm gonna mute the audio so I can reference. Okay, so I noticed it could use a tiny bit of mids, and the low end is pretty good where I want it to be. So let's use an equalizer and add a tiny bit of those mids. And when I was referencing, I noticed the bass was a bit too loud in my mix. I'm gonna lower that. I have the possibility to lower that now, but with stem mastering that would be possible. I'm gonna do it like a tiny bit of the ultimate low off. So they almost like clean up like everything below 20 hertz, 30 hertz. Alright, so I hear some whistle frequencies. So I'm gonna use a dynamic EQ for that, so when those frequencies pop up, that's when you have like the ducking of that frequency. Now be careful with this because like notching too much could ruin your entire mix. All right, and now let's go, let's see. I have some imaging over here, which I really like. So when I would master for vinyl, I would like put everything mono below 100 hertz, about 100 hertz, 150. But since this is only digital, let's see. I like to stereo emphasize the upper mids. And most of the time I like to do it around like everything above 500 Hertz. And not too much, like perhaps like on 15. And I think I could like clean something up in the lower mids. Now when I listen to it. All right, that sounds to me pretty good. Now the final thing is, of course, we use the limiter. So turn down your volume knob. We're going to use some leveling, Jesus Christ, some limiting. There we go. What I like to do is use number 3 and I put it on, I think it was called modern. Oh no, that's number 4, sorry. Yeah, either number 3 or number 4, but I remember I mixed a couple of albums where I like the modern setting, just so you know. So normally, to be honest, what I do is I put it all the way to the max, and at the point it starts to sound better, that's the area I want to focus on. This is fully crushed, terrible. Sounds good to me. Right, okay. And that's basically it. No joke, that's basically it. So let's compare it. I'm going to turn the maximizer off now. So we're just going to compare like the dynamics and the equalization kind of stuff. So here we go. Yeah, to me, when I turn it on, it sounds less boxy and a bit more open, if that makes any sense. So put your volume back loud and low again. Just gonna turn the maximizer on again. Here we go. Great. That's basically it. So that's some mastering basics for using Ozone. So if you would like to know more, just let me know. Ask anything you want to see next in the comment section. I'd be happy to make a video about it. And until then, stay safe and see you next time. Cheers.